Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the day of the video. Darren, how's it going today? Today, we're early. I got the same bus as Laura today because it's raining and I didn't want a longboard down. So I deliberately got the same bus as her and stuff. And also, I'm not going to see her at lunch. And then Laura's sister's coming now, so I may be less available. It's probably not a good idea to walk through there with hay fever. I'm not going to see her as much, basically. So I went down on the bus with her, got there ridiculously early, so I went to her stop, which is past mine, and I'm now walking back to work. And stuff. Otherwise though, today we got up at 5:30. Laura had to go for a run, because she didn't go for a run yesterday because it was raining. So I got up at 5:30. I've been doing productivity hour, basically got showered, did productivity hour until 7, and then started getting ready and stuff. So I've already done quite a bit of stuff today, which I'm impressed with. Been blogging and also researching some stuff for work that I'm trying to figure out how to architect. I'm relatively nervous about today because I'm going to go in and I want to redesign something, and I don't think the person that I'm normally having these discussions with is in for a week. So I think I'm going to have a discussion with someone who is like, I'm just going to have to persuade them, and then I'm going to have to persuade the other person in a week's time, you know. Also, having said this, I have found a good solution, and I've found a good solution for another problem we were having, using a decorator pattern instead of whatever else we've been using so far. We've got this weird thing, we've got like 230 different config files, all of them called config 210, 211, etc. So the decorator pattern is designed for that kind of stuff, and I'm going to send it that way and be like, look, I found a solution, let's do this. But anyway, I don't think I'm going to win that fight. I'm kind of happy to let that one go in favour for other ones, and then I'll fight that one later. I'll just delay that battle, you know. But in short, I'm like nervous because I feel like everything I'm doing is like insanely constructive, but it's all negative, you know. I'm helping, but I'm being an arsehole while I do it, you know. And I try to do it nicely. It's just a case of I haven't really I don't know, I feel like that's all I do is go there and just pick apart their program and make it better, and I don't know if that's coming across well or not, I don't know. But regardless, we'll see how it goes. It's gonna be a fun day. I've got my laptop, so I'm gonna be doing some work at lunchtime, and then after work today we're going home, picking up Laura's sister who's coming to the town centre at some point. 10 minutes. And we're gonna have Chinese takeaway and chill tonight. I've already got productivity out of the way, so I don't need to do any work. Although I may be pottering on my laptop. Like, I'll be in the room, but I'll be like doing other things, keeping out of like girly chat and stuff. You know how it is. It's also dress down day today, so I'm going with the pink t-shirt, skinny jeans and odd trainers again. No one noticed last time, no one will notice this time, because odd shoes is really unnoticeable. Hopefully the boss is in and I can be like, look, we need, well, they don't need a rewrite of the system. They need it, like, it doesn't need refactoring either. It's not a refactor job, it's not a rewrite job, it needs re-architecting. That's what's so hard. And I'm not an architect, not in any sense. Well, saying that, I'm better than an architect, some of the architects in my old place, and I don't think we have an architect here, but all I know is good design principles. I don't know things, I don't know, do you need to know more things to be an architect? I don't know. Either way, I like designing stuff. I just feel like I'm constantly every day going into battles that isn't fun, it's a bit draining. I think I just wish I had some kind of ally, like a friend that was fighting for the same changes I was. Like, it's literally just me that wants to make all these changes, so I feel like it's an uphill battle. And time jump, ladies and gentlemen. I've got to be relatively quiet because we have guests and I'm not separated by as many rooms as I normally am, because I sleep in the office. But what's been going on today, ladies and gentlemen, I was doing some fucking sorcery at work. It was incredible. The boss wasn't in, so I couldn't talk to him. But what I've been doing was building a proof of concept for the other way of doing it, which is better and testable and all this kind of good stuff. And by testable, it's fucking hard to test. It's because I have this weird scenario where if you hit the controllers on the web page, like the MVC framework pushes you through this way. At this point here, they then create the business object and log it to this state thing, which also takes a state from the information pushed down. I wanted to have that put there after you've gone to the page. So as you join the page, it's then created there instead. That way you don't have to do reflection to figure out what you need and all this kind of stuff. Should give you a performance boost, makes it more testable, makes it nice and decoupled. It's great. You've got methods and things that are doing what they're supposed to do instead of 1,000,001 different things that you can't notice. It's good. But mocking this HTTP fucking context, I'm sick of typing that word today. HTTP context into Google. Mocking that is really difficult. I spent like half a day trying to mock that, and then I spent half a day trying to mock the controller context, because as soon as you mock the controller context, it fucks up the view, so it won't return a view, or the correct view. It becomes like an unimplemented method. So I spent like half a day trying to figure out how to mock one, and then I spent half a day trying to figure out how to then mock this other thing, where I then decided what I'd do is I'd just mock the view method call in that one single test where I actually need it, because I only need to test that I'm pumping that in on one test. All of the other tests I don't care, like I can send null to it and I don't mind. So because I've mocked it, and that's the brilliant thing. So I can just send null to this thing, and the thing will go, yep, cool, got it, carry on. Whereas in the previous world, it would just be, or A, I couldn't do any of this because I'd have to go through the web browser and through the rest of the MVC framework. But B, if I could do it, I'd have to generate all of this information, which I discovered is very difficult to generate, which is why I only have to generate it once now, which is brilliant. So I was like, it was stressful. I was getting really irritated at it, but it was good. I've got like several commits as I'm building up this thing, and now it's like, I'm at the point where all I really need to do is like carry on fleshing out this stuff, and I can be like, right, so your way does this, and you can barely tell what it's doing at any point. My way does this, and you can see everything, you can mock everything, you can test whatever the fuck you want. You can have all your logic in here, where it's supposed to be, instead of off in the middle of the framework. So, good stuff. Otherwise, we had lunch, sat in Cabot. I did a bit of admin on my laptop, and then came home, got on the bus, came back. Laura and Laura's sister was here. So we've just been like chilling. We had a Chinese takeaway, which was delicious. I'm feeling very full, and we just kind of sat watching TV. I've been on my laptop, and now we're going to bed. It's gone 12. I got up at 5:30 this morning, and it's no longer this today, let alone this morning. But tomorrow, I should have a day of programming ahead of me, which is going to be exciting. Well, not like a full day. I might be going out for lunch, but those two are going to head off to town, leaving me to do some programming work, which is good. I've been investigating for my blog, for my website. I was going to try and inject this thing in, this blogengine.net, but it seems like that's not what I want, so I may just have to build it up from scratch, which isn't something I wanted to do, but because I thought someone must have done it for me. But most of the like CMS stuff aren't things you can plug into a website. They're just like things that you produce, like it's a website on its own, and then you template it around. It's really irritating that there's not like the layer before, and I can like API into it, but I'll just make it myself then, fuck's sake. But yeah, so that's that. What else? Yeah, so tomorrow should be a fun, just like do anything kind of day. Might go longboarding. I need to change my longboard wheels, still not done. But yeah, I'm gonna head off to bed because I'm actually quite tired. Yeah, so it's warm as well. It's not fun. And like what we've been doing recently is like sleeping with like all of the doors open, because we have the windows closed because my hay fever, and then we have the doors open and then the windows open in other rooms, and it's been nice and cool. But now I've got to shut the door. No, so we don't have to. But right, I'm gonna drink my drink. I'm gonna go to bed. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I'll catch you later.